Nani, it's such a pleasure to finally sit with you. I've been an admirer since Ega.
My pleasure, man.
I'm so excited that you're here in Mumbai promoting Dasara. So you describe this film as a perfect combination of mass and content.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, it is generally what happens when it's mass films. The focus on it's not that relatable. It doesn't look real. Generally, the mounting of the scenes, the setup, the emotions between the characters, all feel a little larger than life, little placed for that action to happen. It doesn't feel. You might not feel that, this could happen with me. This could happen in our street. This could happen with my family. You might not have that feeling when you're watching the other scenes also. Those also feel mounted to go in a certain direction to have those mass episodes or whatever you call. I think that relatability is there in this. Right? You will see the emotion. You'll see the situations and everything very relatable, very subtle, very real. But within that real space comes a moment which needs a larger than life moment. And then that leads to a mass which is absolute aggression, and it's not just slow motion shots, and it's not just about the making it powerful because of the taking of it. It is also because of the emotion behind it. So when you forget that it's a film, when you start believing it, and you get involved, and then you also enjoy a mass moment on screen, that's a rare combination, I feel. So that, I think, is there with us.
You've said that Srikanth is the next big thing, and they say about you that you don't work with the superstar directors even when they want to work with you. Is that true?
Not really. Not when they want to work with me, no. But problem is, I ask for a script.
And they don't want to give it?
No, not if they all know that. So even when they want to, they might be thinking, what if we go and then what if he says, not this script? So they will have their fears, I'm sure. I'm not the guy who will say, combination acha hai, let's jump in. No, it's not that, him and me and let's do a film. I don't understand that logic.
You have to see the story.
Yeah, we need to know what we're going to do, and if we're all happy and excited about it, let's go and do it. A lot of producers come to me and say, sir, this year you have to do a film for us. How? Like, which film? What film? They are like, from July you have to give us this. From July, what are we doing? So without knowing, I can't really, that's my biggest problem. Like, I can't blindly say, I like your work before, so let's do a film. No, what if I don't like what you, particularly when I like your work, I want you and me, our combination to be the best work. So I can't like blindly jump into the project. So that happens very rarely. I did work with, few big directors, including Rajmouli sir and all. I worked with Rajmouli sir. I was almost like no one. I was like just 4 or 5 films old. Rajmouli sir was already a huge director.
Magdira had been made.
Magdira was made, and I was just this upcoming actor. He called me home. Ramagaru nicely treated me with some food and all that. He sat and he narrated me the whole thing. I don't see that thing happening with everyone, so I like to go in my own way where everybody respects everybody, where it's all comfortable. And for me, it doesn't matter if it's an experienced director or a new director. Talent is talent, whether it's new or old. So I feel something exciting comes my way, I just jump in.
I watched this interview you did with Sadhguru, and you said this very lovely story about how when you were this AD, you got 8,000 rupees, was it?
4,000.
4,000 rupees.
Initially, the 2,500 check, and the check got bounced. So I can't consider that my remuneration. So the first remuneration I got was 4,000 rupees.
4,000.
And all were 100 rupees notes. So it is like this thick, yeah.
So you said that when you drove home that day, you had a little bump in your pocket of those 4,000 rupees rolled up, and you said there was such a happiness of that moment, and now you're making much more money than that, but you've never experienced that
high.
And you asked him, is success overrated? And I want to pose that same question to you, because you, Nani, are a success in an industry that is run by a few very powerful families. You are one of the very few outsiders who grew up behind a cinema hall and was just in love with the movies and is now sitting here and as a great, such big star. Is success overrated? What have you discovered?
Absolutely overrated, ma'am.
Really?
Undoubtedly overrated. I'll tell you, like when I felt very happy with my own film and it didn't do well, and on the day of that release where it didn't open well or it didn't.
Which film?
Let's say, for example, one
Okay,
film.
any
I don't
film.
want.
Okay. Huh.
And a film which I felt of my own film, it is average. It's okay film, but it's doing extremely well. I was happier on the day where it was not doing well, but I know that it's a good film. So success is definitely overrated. So I'm sure who will be very happy with this, and someone who will be very happy with this also. Where the film is doing well is the ultimate thing for me. But it is overrated because you can believe in this, but you can't believe in this. This is you. This is not you. This is not in your hands, right? So when it's something not in your hands, if it is a fluke, or if it is not every time you really do great things, you don't get
try,
success.
but
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't happen.
a mix of different. Success is a combination of 100 things. Hard work is not. Hard work is hard work. So I feel definitely when you're doing everything for success, success never comes, is what I feel. When you're doing genuinely trying to do something which you really believe in, I think that will also follow. So giving that much of weight to success is definitely, I feel, is not the right thing, and it is 100% overrated, I feel. But not everyone might agree with me, but yeah.
You know, I saw a video of you promoting Dasara at a Holi event, and you said there that north-south koi nahi hai, it's one Indian film industry. And Rishabh Shetty had told me that the more local you go, the more universal it becomes. Would you say that Dasara is an example of that? Because it feels very rooted.
Yes, I agree. Even the director of Parasite also said that on the Oscar stage. The most creative is most personal, or something like that. Most personal is the most creative. I completely agree with that, because when you write a script in between four walls, when you have this discussion with writers and think of stories, you make a certain kind of films. When you actually write stories from your own life or your experiences, there's a certain depth to those stories, and those stories cannot be. Those are very rare ones. You cannot let them go when they come to you, and because of we need to. And those stories, there are a lot of stories which exist like that in these rural places of our country, in different states. If you can really get them, and if somebody who comes from there is ready to willing to narrate that story to us in a cinematic, in a nice way, where we enjoy the film also. It's not like a documentary, right? Where it should have all those high points, emotions and everything, and we also get to know, oh, this is how they speak, this is how they live, and this is their culture, tradition, everything. I think it is extremely exciting. So yeah, Dasara falls into exactly that bracket, and I'm so glad that we actually pulled off a great film.
How exciting. I can't wait to see it. All best for the film.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.